Hey guys, this is Rock, and today we're gonna talk about 10 songs that changed my life. So the first song would probably be Star Wars theme song from John Williams. One day I came to the record store. Yeah, back then we were buying records actually. So one day I came to the record store and I found this. It's Star Wars and More, the best of John Williams, and I love every single song from this album. My favorite is actually Jurassic Park, but from here on, from this album, I started to pay attention more to not just the video, but how the music is actually supporting the whole story. So John Williams and Star Wars theme song is song number 1. Song number 2, Elvis Presley and Love Me Tender. This song was actually introduced to me by my mother. She loved Elvis back then, and I kinda liked this song. And then she went out for one of her business trips and came back with this. It's a double album, Forever in Love from Elvis Presley, and there's 45 songs on this double album. I would take those CDs and my little CD player to my bed and listen to Elvis for the whole night. That's why Elvis Presley, Love Me Tender, song number 2. Song number 3, Three Doors Down and Let Me Go. This is probably the most important song in my life, basically, or in my music career at least. The song came out around the time when I got my first guitar. It was a classic guitar, it was Yamaha. You know, we all started with those thick necks and nylon strings. You know what I'm saying. And I would play that song in front of our block for the whole day. I was just repeating it because I love that song so much, and I think it was one of 3 songs that I knew back then. That was probably one of the reasons. And I still know the main riff. And while I was playing that song, my neighbor came to have a smoke, and he obviously heard me. So he invited me to his place. He told me to play that song again, and then asked me if I have a couple of hours. And I was like, yeah, why? What are we doing? Well, I didn't know that back then, but my neighbor was actually a producer in one of the major European studios. He took me to the studio for the first time to record that same song from Three Doors Down, Let Me Go. He would just find the backing tracks and he would put me in the studio and in front of the microphone, and he was just like, sing, man, you gotta sing this. And I just sang. And this was actually my first performance in front of the microphone. I actually got a CD and everything for it, and it meant a lot. It meant really a lot. And this song and the whole experience around this song is actually the reason that I'm still in the music. So number 3, Three Doors Down and Let Me Go. Number 4, Eagles and Peaceful Easy Feeling. The producer neighbor I mentioned before, well, he became my mentor. We would just hang out and just listen to music, try different stuff on the guitars and stuff like that. And he showed me a lot of older bands I never heard of before, like Doobie Brothers, Boston, Toto, and one of those were Eagles. I just loved the whole range of vocals that are just meant to be there. And it just puts the music in a different perspective, you know? It's not just the guitars, the drums and bass and stuff like that, but each individual got his own instrument right here. And if you can use that, that's amazing. You have a band of 10 instruments like this. I like the way you sparkling earrings against your skin so bright. Oh, and before I forget, I'm playing with no logo picks. They're custom picks made for my band Escalade. Awesome materials, awesome prints, and you're probably gonna lose your pick before this gets off. So, great quality, check them out, no logo picks. Let's move on. Song number 5, Corey Taylor and Bother. Back in the days when we had to buy CDs to listen to the music, something that you youngsters don't understand now. I loved buying the original soundtrack CDs from the movies that I like, and I like superhero movies. And I bought the Spider-Man original soundtrack because of Sum 41. I bought it because of Sum 41. What we're all about. It was a song that I don't think it was released anywhere else but on this CD. So that was the reason that I bought it. But then I found a lot of great artists, and one of them was of course Corey Taylor. Most of you know that song, and it's really actually really deep song, really sad song, and I liked it. I was always kind of into all of the darkness. And because of that song, I went out and checked the Stone Sour, the Slipknot music and stuff like that. And I didn't like most of it because it was too heavy for me back then. I should have known better, right? But because of that song, I went out and did the research. So, number 5, Corey Taylor and Butter. Number 6, Evanescence and Bring Me to Life. Like I mentioned before, I love superhero movies and I love the original soundtracks that comes with those movies. So this was my second Daredevil original soundtrack. I bought it because of Evanescence Bring Me to Life, but once again, I found a lot of different bands like Cedar, Saliva, Fuel, Rebus and stuff like that. And with this song and this CD, I actually started to listen to more heavy genre. You know, when you get out of that pop rock and you turn just a little metal, that's it. So this actually was one of these songs. So number 6 is Evanescence and Bring Me to Life. Number 7, Korn and Blind. My neighbor that I mentioned before, the producer guy, he actually knew Deftones and Korn and stuff like that when none of us knew any of those bands. And he was so excited when Korn came to Slovenia for the first time, and of course he had to take me with him. I was a minor then, so he had to talk to my mom and stuff like that. Then I didn't knew the band, and he showed me the song called Blind. I was already getting in that heavier stuff, but not that heavy and not that new metal. But I actually liked it. It was so different from everything else that I listened to that was probably the reason I loved it so much. Because it was just different. So that's how I got into new metal. Song number 7, Korn and Blind. Song number 8, Killswitch Engage and My Last Serenade. I hated screaming and growling back then because it just didn't feel right, it was wrong. Why are you yelling at me? I know, right? Until I heard that particular song. I was driving in a car with my friend and he showed me a couple of bands, and then this song came up, and I was just like, dude, just leave it, I wanna hear this. And it just kind of clicked, it just came all together. Not everything has to be nice. If you're sad, you can scream. If you're mad, you can scream. If you're happy, you can scream. You can also sing in all of those emotions, but screaming is just one way to putting it out. It just sounds more aggressive, but I think it's just more intense. It's not about aggression, even though it sounds like it. So with this song, Killswitch Engage and My Last Serenade, I started to listen to metalcore. Number 9, Zac Brown Band and Colder Weather. When I was younger, if you told me you're listening to country music, I would be like, ah, hillbilly. Try playing banjo, it's not easy. And then I heard that song. It's just such an emotional song and made the right way. And I just started to, you know, click all the suggested songs from Zac Brown, from other country singers and stuff like that. And I came to love country music. Not all country music, like not all metal and not all rock music, but good country music. And I have to thank Zac Brown Band for opening my eyes. So number 9, Zac Brown Band and Colder Weather. Number 10, this is probably the second most important song in my whole life. Captain Morgan's Revenge and Don't Let the Rock and Roll Die. This was actually the first song that I ever wrote alone for my band, and there was no band when I wrote the song. It was like this. It was Friday night, I would just jam alone in my studio, and the riffs just came together in a pile of something, and then I did the vocals, did the lyrics and everything, and that was our first song, our first rock and roll song. And I would just call my friends, hey guys, we're gonna do some barbecue, we're gonna record a song, and they were like, yeah, we can do barbecue, but you wanna record what? So I sent my song to those guys and they were all like, yeah, we can do that. It's a rock and roll music, yeah, we're down. So we recorded that first song, sent it out to a couple of friends and they all liked it. Then we did the second song and we got a call from my friend if we want to open for his band. Well, I was like, dude, we have 2 songs. You'll figure out something. And we did. So we had the first gig on, I think, 4th of December 2015 with Captain Morgan's Revenge. And from there on, we released a couple of singles, a couple of videos, and a full-length Live Vibe album. But this year, in 2020, we changed the name and changed the music. Music escalated to another level. It's more heavy, more complex, but basically the same raw energy that we had before. So because music escalated, it was only fair that our name escalates too. So now we're called Escalate. You'll find the links in the description, don't worry. So those were 10 songs that changed my life. Now I want to know which songs changed your life and why. Put it in the comments, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and keep on rocking!